So, Michael, you feel as I felt after that verdict earlier in the week that the floodgates have now really opened. That there was the momentum in that direction, but with that Alvin Bragg, that Manhattan DA conviction of the Trump organization, that Teflon Don facade, nice rhyme, is done.
Good work.
And really, everyone, whether it's Fani Willis right now in Fulton County, Georgia, whether it's Jack Smith, both engaged in criminal investigations. Jack Smith for the DOJ, Fani Willis for Fulton County, and then in New York, Letitia James, the civil case, and now the Manhattan DA predicting. Your prediction is also that following this conviction, you think that there is going to be indictments as early as January, which is a big prediction, a bold prediction. But Michael, you've been right on essentially everything, and you know because you've been in the organization, and so you know how they operate. So it's a big prediction here on the MeidasTouch Network. One of the things you've also predicted here on the MeidasTouch Network was that Donald Trump had other classified records that he was hiding. And we learned about that as well, that in some West Palm Beach storage facility that he was hiding records there. So another spot on prediction. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah. The same as what everybody else saw on television yesterday, that they found additional documents at this storage facility. And of course, in that storage facility was all the mementos and memorabilia that he had on his couch in his office on his Fifth Avenue, at the Fifth Avenue office at Trump Tower. You know, Mike Tyson's belt, he had, a bunch of helmets like Tom Brady's helmet and so on. Could you imagine that in a storage unit that there would be top secret documents? And the notion that he didn't know what was in there, I don't buy. Donald knew everything. In fact, Donald even acknowledged that he took the stuff from DC. Otherwise, he could have probably skated off of this. But I want to just go back to something that you said, Ben, before, which is, the three cases right now that currently are, plaguing Donald. The first one being our Tish James case. And I think that is a very serious case because that will financially decimate him. So that's obviously a very serious case in his mind. Then, of course, you have now the potential with the DA to bring new charges under the campaign finance violation. We also, as you mentioned, have now, and this is on topic, is the Jack Smith investigations into the first one, of course, being the Mar-a-Lago raid, the documents, and so on. Whereas the second one is the January 6th insurrection. I think of those two, the easier case for Jack Smith to bring immediately that would have a very negative impact on Donald would be, of course, the Mar-a-Lago documents. And now with these additional documents, I think it just also, again, is a slam dunk. And it automatically violates a slew of laws that if it was you, me, or any of your listeners, we would all be in jail, very much like what the country did to Reality Winner, where she got 5 years for one document. She could have easily said, I thought it was mine, right? No, that's not how it works. And if everybody is equal into the eyes of the law, Trump should suffer the same consequence, if not obviously more than just 5 years. I think the Fani Willis case, though, is probably the weakest, though it seems on its face to be one of the strongest cases. And I say that because a lot of it goes back to what's called mens rea, which is, the guilty mind. And all Trump has to do there is say, look, I thought I won the election. I thought I won Georgia. And I wasn't telling him to go manufacture 17,800 votes. I was telling him to go find the votes that I believe was stolen. And so, again, it goes to intent. And I think that would certainly, be one of the arguments that his lawyers are definitively sharing with him to say. That I think is the weakest of all the prospects. But by the time that case finally comes out, I believe the Jack Smith case, as well as the district attorney case that I believe will be coming forth somewhere around January, I think those two are devastating for him. And I think that they will ultimately move relatively quickly because there is no defense.
At MeidasTouch, we are unapologetically pro-democracy, and we demand justice and accountability. That's why we're spreading our message to Convict 45. That's right, gear up right now with your Convict 45 tees and pins at store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.